Shalom, and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi-Cantor Hilary Chorny.
Good morning to those who are here in my office. Good morning to those who are following along online. Good morning to those who might be listening on the podcast, for whom it might not be morning. This is our Friday morning meditation that we do before Shabbat. And right now, we're in a corridor of the Jewish calendar when it makes a lot of sense to pay attention to the different sfirot, the different weeks and days as designated by the Kabbalists. If we're going day to day through this counting up, counting down from Pesach to Shavuot. And as we count up, and no spoilers, today is the 19th day, but I'm already looking forward to tonight. I won't count the number, but I'll tell you that tonight we are in the week of Tiferet, which is the week of balance. Even though the word signifies beauty, the Kabbalists took it to mean a sense of balance. And today's daily thing is this Friday morning category of Sfirot is Yesod, which is connection. Yesod also is connected to the word like groundedness or foundation, but to the Kabbalists within the sphere of the Omer, they thought of it as a sense of connection. So we're going to explore that idea of the kinds of connections that exist within balance. Yesod should be Tiferet. That's where we're going. I want to get us right into meditation, and then we will get into this idea of Yesod Shabbat Tiferet. So I'll invite you to first ground yourself by finding your place and connecting yourself to the earth. And as you do, I invite you to take a few grounding breaths. Feel each breath hit the deepest part of you where the breath comes in. And then with each successive breath, try to take it just an inch deeper within you. Let the air in through your nose, let it be warmed that way, and then out through your mouth. Let the breath settle within you. Notice everything else in your body also starting to settle. Your feet and your legs settling towards the earth. Let your spine settle so that you're centered over your own body. Allow your hands to settle with calm, also on your body. Rest them on your legs. Give them a place to be. You might turn them with your palms toward the earth, grounding yourself further. Or maybe palms up, opening yourself to receive. As you continue to take in breaths, feel those breaths settle within you. Feel your shoulders settle down. They're helping your spine center over your body. Let your chin settle forward. Let your eyelids settle closed. Make this space and this time a sanctuary, So as thoughts come in, I want you to gently note, that's a thought. Let it go. And as feelings come in, go ahead and gently note, that's a feeling. And then let it go. It's a very gentle, light touch of dismissal, like as gentle as a feather on the edge of a glass. Just, that's a thought, and dismiss it. That's an emotion. Let it go. Take a moment just to breathe and attune yourself to those thoughts and feelings so that you can set up a boundary. Protect yourself. Free yourself. Any of those thoughts or feelings. Make space for calm and centeredness. In this state of mindful rest, where you're awake but full of openness, just curious and receiving, I want you to train that curiosity on a sense of balance. Think of the beautiful balance that you hold in your life. Some of that balance may live in the realm of pleasure and duty. Finding a balance between the enjoyment of life and the things that must be done or should be done. Some of that balance may have to do with how much you give of yourself to anything in your life, to a particular person, to your work. It might even be a sense of balance concerning how much you give of yourself to this very thing we're doing now. Balancing between the active, engaged parts of ourselves that by necessity get us to and from the places where we need to be. And moments like this, when we make a choice to lock out those other things and even deign to call them distracting, these very important things, when we're in a place where we're looking to meditate and clear out any sense of burden, the very important things become distractions. That's a cycle of balance. Understanding what must be done and still making room for desires, for the self, for the emotions and thoughts that cannot be cared for if we only did that which is completely necessary. Balance is also a balance of minutes as we sit at the edge of Shabbat, stepping away from the world and turning off that connection to the rest of the world so that we can live in the peaceful silo of Shabbat, when we're in it, can feel like a lot. It's hard to walk away from our deeply interconnected world and face inward and be present to ourselves and to community. But it's only 1/7 of the week. Imagine a world in which we were given a Shabbat every other day. It would seem objectively, by numbers, empirically, that would be so balanced. Work, and then rest, and work, and then rest. But the sacred balance of the universe is held in the understanding that balance is mostly the work of life, and occasionally, 1/7 of the time, taking a rest, a Shabbat, a Shanat Shemitah, a year of rest. These are all balances. And within this week of considering and concerning ourselves with balance, we are sitting at the edge of connectedness. The sense of foundational connectedness existing within balance is the state of being that we ride into Shabbat. This, I think, is pointing to the sacred work of finding the things to which we feel tethered. Another word for that is stuck, or shackled, or tied to. The things that we are holding ourselves to orthodoxies about. In other words, a sense of discipline, which is a different sphera altogether, but the kind of discipline that puts us in a connected state to a thing or a person or a community and binds us up with it. That is connectedness. Connectedness in a state of responsibility. And this kind of connectedness, this sphera, the state of being, this presence to connectedness, is a reassignment of that burden. Turning the burden into an anchor. The way through a world of balance, the way to be sure that we stay in balance, is to challenge ourselves in this incoming day of 19+1, to challenge ourselves to find the glory and the relief and the beauty in the things that anchor us, the things that are musts. The things that no matter how precariously we balance our lives, we hold ourselves to these things, these people, these ideas with such loyalty and such love that we won't lose sight of them in the balance. They keep us balanced. these things that we are so deeply connected to, that no matter how frivolous and freely we run, we let go of the other burdens and duties and connected things in the world, these things we've never let go of. These anchors are the people we love and who love us. They may well be Jewish identity and peoplehood, our sense of self, and our sense of purpose. Staying connected to these people and these ideas, staying connected to a vision of who you want to be, is a guiding force in figuring out how much you give of yourself to any person, any moment. For the rest of this meditative time, I want to challenge us to try to spot and seek those anchoring connective forces in our life, the ones that are not burdens to us, but rather ground us, anchor us, and become the defining features for how we rebalance our lives day in and day out. Go on a quiet search in your mind for those people, those values and ethics, the ideas and institutions that anchor you so strongly, so deeply, that you hold tight to them and they give you ballast and balance as you figure out day to day how much of yourself to give to any one of them and to anything.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.